everybody, 11:45. I was on this morning just ranting. Probably didn't make much sense. So, the title of this is The Biden and Harris Failures. So, did some research. Today, I think today is the start of the DNC. You're going to hear a lot of speeches, a lot of hoopla, a lot of people clapping. Well, let's get down to the numbers, all right? As you can hear my AC blasting, right? It's only it's 83 in the shade today in Florida. Okay, I'm going to give you some facts. These are numbers straight from the government. So, since 2020, these statistics come right out of the government, right from the government. Transportation is up 27% since 2020. Food and beverage is up 25%. Housing is up 23%. Goods and services is up 22%. Recreation is up 13%. Medical is up 10%. Apparel is up 7%. Education and communication is up 6%. So why is transportation up 27% since 2020? Because gas prices are up 36% since 2020. And why is food up 25%? Because the cost of our farmers has risen 28% since 2020. The consumer price index is up 21% since 2020. These numbers are policy failures. Policy failures, right? The gas prices are up, what did I say? 36%. Gas is up 36% since 2020 because of the green, the push for green energy. I have no problem with green energy. Hey, Toronto. I have no problem with green energy. Solar, wind, electric cars. I have no problem with that. But it has to be done gradually so we don't get hit with a 36%. Gas prices are up 36% since 2020. That is policy. That's government policy. Food and beverage up 25%. And then you dig a little deeper and you see that the cost of a farmer has risen 28%. That's a policy failure. Remember, everyone was talking about cow farts? And everyone was trying to eat plant-based meat, right? So they shifted the policy. They put more regulation, right? So it transcends. The housing is up 23% because of land. Yo, what's up? Everything is up since 2020. And then they come out and say, well, we're celebrating because inflation's 3%, going to go tick down to 2.9. Yeah, whoopee-doo. Things are 3% inflation, but since 2020, things are up 28%, 36%, 25%, 21%, 25%. Smoke and mirrors, man. Now, how many of you have credit cards? Also, we're getting things in the mail, right? I just got my things in the mail. I just got notification from my credit card companies. They're like, this is like Shylocking. You talk about Shylocking? Interest rates on credit cards at 35 and 36%. Come on, man. That's BS. You know, you get better rates going to the mob. You go to the mob and get better rates than 36%. So I went over these numbers and from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, from the Ag Department from the government. You can't take what people say. So then Harris gives a speech that Bidenomics is working. No, man, Bidenomics sucks. Bidenomics sucks. We're going to build from the middle out, right? From the middle out. Well, if food and beverage is up 25%, transportation's up 27%, that kills us. I know, I got student loans. I'll be paying them for the rest of my life. I got student loans. Can't go to college without student loans, right? Sometimes I think government shouldn't give out loans, right? Because when the colleges know that the government's going to give me or you free money, then they jack their prices up, right? They jack their prices up. So if they know that we can't get free money, not free, but we can get guaranteed money from the government, right? What are you going to do? I don't know if Trump's policies will help. I think if we had better energy, listen, someone gives a deadline saying that by 2035, if we don't, what's up, Jason? Peter Griffin? No, but I feel like him sometimes. But no, if the government would, sometimes I think if the government cut out the money, people would have to, and let the free market take over. Maybe prices would come down. But as long as colleges and universities know that money's coming in, that I went before my college finance guy. He goes, well, you get 12 grand from the government, right? Then you can go to Sallie Mae and you can get more money, right? And then if there's anything left over, you can get a private loan. So that's what I did, right? I had to get a government loan for 12 grand. Then I had to get Sallie Mae for some more money. Then I had to get a private loan, right? So I paid off the private loan. I'm now into Sallie Mae. That's like, I don't know how much, like a couple $100 a month. And then my government loan's a couple $100 a month. And Jesus, man, I've been paying it 10 years. I'll be going another 10 years. Probably, not at least another 10 years. But I think the guaranteed money that the government offers you contributes to the high cost of colleges. I really do. I think that if that guaranteed money wasn't there, I think there'd be greater competition by the universities, right? Lower their costs. But no, this morning after my rant, I went to try to figure out, because of the election. But no, I think the cost of farming, I think that's gas. I think food and beverage, trucking, people that are trucking our goods all over the country. If you're a trucker, if you're a trucking company, they're saying that a trucker, the average fuel cost on a trucker is anywhere between 50 and 70 grand a year. That's insane. That's insane, right? And then we put more regulation on them because they drive diesels, right? So the very people So the very people that are trucking our food, our apparel, Amazon stuff, all these people, these independent truckers, they are getting whacked. They are getting whacked by government regulation because they drive a diesel truck. Right? 5 years ago, you could go get a Whopper combo. I think they said $6 and something cents. And now 6 years later, it's almost $16. That's crazy, right? I know things go up. You know, people's salaries go up, things go up, but more than double in less than 6 years. We should stop subsidizing the fossil fuel industry. Listen, I was told a long time ago, someone who worked for transportation never makes a profit, right? Transportation's is a bad industry, right? When you go to like the county's bus services, they don't make any money at that. If they did not, if the government didn't fund fossil fuels, then our transportation costs would go through the roof probably. Just like they subsidize the train industry. I don't know if they do that anymore, but for a while there they did. Right, I'm telling you, right? Coupons for, you're right. You know, I heard some guy saying that, hey, he could, listen, I'm just a regular person, just, I make about 80 grand a year as a occupational therapist, right? And I got student loans out the kazoo. But no, I heard some guy saying, well, I had $100 worth of groceries in a Walmart basket. And now those same groceries from 4 years ago now are like $400. I'm like, no, BS. So that's what I did, right? I went through my Walmart history, and it's up about, honestly, it's up about 30%. It's up about 30%. I put the exact same items, exact same quality, size, even quantity, the size, 6 ounce, 8 ounce. I put everything in exact, and it's up. Right? Cosmetologist. All right. That's a good industry. No matter what they charge, we gotta go get our hair cut, right? And our nails done. Well, my wife does. I go get a haircut, costs me $30. My wife goes and gets her hair done, costs me $150. I don't know. But I mean, what do you all think? I know everyone's different. Your politics. Everyone thinks Kamala Harris is, she's cool, man. She's cool. She's hip. She's wearing Chuck Taylor high tops. Yeah, but your policies are killing me, lady. Your policies. Right. Me too. I can go anywhere. Chicago Toxic Donut. I hear you. I can go anywhere and do my trade. And that's the problem with the student loan thing, right? We have colleges that are giving out BS degrees. BS degrees. That's a problem too. Why is it? So in high school I did algebra, algebra, and then you can do calculus and algebra number 2 and all that crap, right? Then you go to college and they want you to take college level algebra. Why? Waste of time. When I was in school to be an OT, my first 2 years, I'm taking English 101. I'm writing papers. I'm taking algebra. For what? I hear you. I hear you. That's why I don't think, honestly, I don't think we should be. Hey Ninja, I don't know what that is. I think that's something that's automatic. Automatic puts it under my name. But I don't know what I was just saying. I'm too mad. We're just sitting here talking, right? Why? I don't think we should pay off the college debt. I knew. Listen, don't let. Listen, don't. That's okay, Ninja. I, I didn't. I didn't do that. I think it was automatic. But unfortunately, listen, I don't think anyone should pay off my debt. I went to the college. I went to the college. I went for a tour. I sat down, and the finance person told me exactly what it was going to cost. They said, "This is exactly what it's going to cost." I knew. I knew. The thing is, they paint a rosy picture of the field that you're thinking about doing. Oh yeah, when you get out of school, the average person's making 80 grand a year. No, no, they're not. Not when you get out of school. Entry level, no, you're not. You'll be lucky. You'll be lucky. When I got out of OT school, they said the average salary for an OT is 80 grand a year. No way, man. Sorry. I got hired out of school making $25 an hour. $25 an hour. And it's taken me 10 years to get to my salary now. Now I'm making $45 an hour. Right? So over the course of 10 years, I went from $25 an hour to $45 an hour. So I blame the high cost of student debt on the colleges and the universities. And some of my friends. I'm an occupational therapist. Hedgehog. But some of my friends, they're graduates of the University of Florida. They're graduates of Florida State. So their kids got to go to Florida, right? Their kids got to go to Florida State because their legacies. Oh, we got to go. They have to go. And they don't get a degree in a field that you have to look long term. I got a friend of mine whose daughter went to FSU, got a bachelor's degree in fine art. Fine freaking art. What do you do with that? I don't even know. I don't even know what you do with that. You become a school teacher? An art teacher? I don't know. But you went to school at Florida State to get a bachelor's degree in fine art? Come on, man. You have to get a degree in computers. You have to get a degree in medical. I always thought medical was, medical for the most part is resistant to any type of shock in the system, because people are always getting sick, unfortunately. I mean, COVID put me out of business for a while because in the beginning, I wasn't considered essential. So I became a stay-at-home dad for like 8 months while my son was going through 5th grade. And by the way, I don't know nothing about 5th grade. I can treat people's sickness. I went to college, but I can't do 5th grade. I have no idea. I don't know what the hell's going on. Right? But I'm just analyzing this election, and I see people giddy over Harris and Biden, but I just don't. I don't see the policies that are going to help us. Everything they stick their nose in, the price goes up. Look at housing. Hey, listen, you don't have to tell me. I bought a house I bought a house in 2003, I think. No, I'm sorry. In 2005 in Florida. Bought a house for $249,900. 3 years later, the housing crisis hit, right? The housing crisis hit, everything plummeted. My neighborhood, people started moving out, and they were giving their homes back to the banks. My saving grace was a few months before the housing crisis. I had refinanced to a lower interest rate. So, and I was in the medical business, right? And my wife's a nurse, so we were able to afford to keep paying for the house, and everything skyrocketed. The apartments, everything in Florida, especially down in Miami area, went nuts. Everything went nuts, right? But the value of my house, I paid $249,000. The value of my house plummeted down to $149,000, right? I was $100,000 in the hole, and I was like, oh my God, I'm totally screwed. But we stayed because what else you gonna do, right? 20 years later, almost 20 years later, they're telling me I just got a thing. My neighbor just sold the exact same house I live in for over $500,000. Over $500,000. My house is almost paid for because I've been in it almost 20 years, right? I'm under under $100,000, and they're telling me my house is worth $500,000. I paid $249,000, and then it went down to $149,000. Now it's up to $500,000. That's insane. Thoughts on women voting? Really? Come on. I think we've all moved. Thoughts on women's voting? Come on. But no, I was sitting in the parking lot. I try not to watch the news. Everything they stick their nose in, prices go up. Look at housing, yeah, man. Yeah. They say inflation is caused by government. It's caused by the government. So Clinton, when he was president, we had a balanced budget, right? Right? So in less than 25 years? I don't know how long it's been. 25 years. We're $34 trillion in debt, right? $34 trillion in debt. So that means all the government's been doing is pumping money, artificial money, into the system. Zero interest rates, right? Zero interest rates. And pumping all this money into the government. So to me, this whole lifestyle that we're living is one big charade, right? The government pumping in $34 trillion. It's a big charade. We don't live within our means, right? You equate that to us, right? If we had zero debt, and in a matter of 5 years, we had $40,000 in debt because we had credit cards, we're going on vacations, we're going all over the place, right? We're in the hole. And then our credit card rates, when it went to is now 34%. We're really struggling now, right? But I don't understand. Maybe y'all can explain this to me. Let's go back, I don't know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know, 4, who knows. Credit interest rates were like, what, 1%, 2%? You can get a home loan for 2.5%. Interest rates were low, and they were still hitting us with over 20% interest. That's BS. That is absolutely BS. Listen, I'm not for regulation, but if you want to regulate something, why don't you regulate, what the interest rate that credit cards can hit us, right? But no, What's the sense of raising everyone's minimum wage to $15 an hour, right? What's the sense of raising people's minimum wage to $15 an hour when the consumer price index is up 20%? That's the unintended consequences, right? Unintended. Give them 15%, so we can't $15 an hour because that's a livable wage. It ain't a livable wage at 20 at the consumer price index is up 21%. It's not a livable wage. The government created that. The government created that inflation. It would be a great deal if you went to $15 an hour and the consumer price index was at 2 or 3%, right? That's the smoke and mirrors, man. You know, they go, let's celebrate because inflation's down to 2.9%. Whoopee-doo. Whoopee-doo when the consumer price index in the last 4 years is up 20%. When the cost of transportation is up 27%. When food and beverage is up 25%. Come on. Well, I don't know. I've seen some people have come in and out. So tell me who you're voting for. Listen, I'm voting for Trump. I've been a registered independent. I've been a registered independent for 20 years. And I try to pick the best person who I think is going to do things for us, right? I got news for you. I'm not voting Harris. I'm not doing it. Not with these numbers. I know that might piss some people off, but I don't hold it against anyone who you're voting for. But I'm voting for Trump. I mean, what's it say that he was a president for 4 years, right? He was president for 4 years. We had no problems, right? Everyone told you, oh, the stock market was going to crash. That was going to happen. All this crap was going to happen, right? Didn't happen. And if he becomes president now, again, and 4 years later, nothing's going to happen, right? Nothing's going to happen. You ever watch The American President? How do you win an election? Michael Douglas. How do you win an You tell people how bad it is. You tell people how bad it is, or you make people afraid of it, and then you blame the other person. The fact that people in high places don't want him in office, right? Listen, these people who become representatives, because I have friends. I have friends who are in city government. I have an uncle who's a mayor. I have a person I play golf with who's a mayor. These people who become representatives, become senators, and they've been in politics 40 years. They come up through the system. Right? And the reason why we're in a place now in this country where people don't talk to one another. Right? People don't talk to one another. You know, like I think it was Stephen A. Smith. He was talking about how Donna Brazile told him that on TV they're talking trash about one another, but then at night they're having dinner with one another. They don't tell us that because they pit us against one another. They pit us. They want us to be fighting one another. What are your pronouns? I don't even know what that means. I'm too old for that. My name's John. You can call me anything you want. I could care less. But That's my rant. I've been ranting for 30 minutes. I see two people. Who else? Who else? Ninja, you're from where again? Chicago? Is that? Did you say you're from Chicago? People don't want listen to people in high places. They don't because he's not part of the system. He wasn't part of the system. They resented the fact that he was a celebrity who became a president. That's all. I don't care who you are. You could be you could be Rock the Rock, right? They love everyone loves the Rock. If 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 the Rock came out and said I'm running for Democrat president or Republican president, half the country would hate him instantly, right? And then you have all kinds of newspaper articles coming out about, oh, he did this, he did that, media posting, right? Because as soon as you say you're going to do something, they tear you down. They try to tear you down. You know, if you're a celebrity, I don't know why people put big stock into that. Oh, this celebrity is endorsing this person. Who cares? If you're voting for someone because Taylor Swift says you should, then you're crazy. Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift doesn't have the same problems you have, or I have. No, so no one should be in office for 40, 50 years. Nobody. Remember when Joe Biden left office, when him and Obama left office, Joe Biden said, oh my God, I have to go get a job now. I have to go get a job. He never had a job. When he talks about his jobs, what did he talk about? When he was a teenager as a lifeguard or whatever. Because between that and now, he's never had a job. He's been in politics. You know, he's never had to go out and bust his butt. Hire people, fire people, right? I've been through that. You know, these politicians don't have the actual life experiences we have, right? They live in a bubble. They make decisions. Do you hear anybody going out and talking to me or talk to any of you or to figure out what your problem is? No, no, no. They talk to a economist, a Pulitzer Prize economist. I've listened to them. Most of them don't make any sense, right? Who is that? Who is that person that? Wants to come out with the penny plan? Boone Pickens, right? For every penny from $1, right? 100 pennies in $1. 1 penny would go to pay off the debt, and they couldn't do it, right? They analyze it and they go, no, his plan don't make any sense, right? Why? Because not only do we spend those 100 pennies, but we spend more, right? We spend 100, then we borrow more, $34 trillion in debt. I can't help it, man. I can't. I don't see how Harris's plans, any economic plans, work. $25,000 for every single person who buys a new home. Ask Bill Clinton. Ask Bill Clinton. Do some research on Bill Clinton. When he came up with the plan to try to put more people in houses, and they changed the rules to get more people into homes, right? Who couldn't afford them. I asked Bill Clinton how that worked out. Not very good, right? Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, government down the tubes because they put a lot of people into homes they couldn't afford. Because if you own a home, I mean, my mortgage is less than most people pay at an apartment, right? but I have monthly costs to take care of that house, to take care of my house. I bet you I spend at least $300 a month taking care of the house. I pay someone to cut the yard because I got tired of storing a lawnmower, an edger, a weed whacker, a blower. No. It's just easier to pay someone. I come home, I don't have that stuff in my garage, and the yard's cut. Just easier. So that cost me $60 a month, right? And then something, when you own a house, something's always going wrong. Something always goes wrong. You might have a couple weeks where everything's good, but all of a sudden the AC is a problem. $400 to clean the coils. The line backs up. You gotta get the shop back. You got to clean up the floor in the garage, right? Or if something happens, I've had my AC leak. I've had my AC go bad. I had to put a $5,000 floor in because it was leaking under the floor. I didn't even know. Then I had a water heater go bad. That was another $700, whatever it was. Now it's like over $1,000 to put it in, right? But I had some wood trim starting to go bad. I had to get a roofing company to come out. It cost me $1,000 for them to go around the house and replacing the wood, right? Now insurance, house insurance in Florida, I was paying, when I first moved into the house, I was paying $4,000 a year for homeowners insurance. Now it's almost $8,000 a year, and I get less coverage. And I've upgraded the house. I put $16,000 impact windows in. Impact windows, 16 grand. Had a roof put on 5 years ago because now the insurance companies are going around inspecting roofs and they want everyone to have a new roof, right? They wanted me to get a new roof. I told them no, I'm not doing it. The roof's not even 5 years old. Not even the warranty they give you on the material is 25 years, and you want me to put another $16,000 roof on because of homeowners insurance? No, not doing it. I'll cut out my flood insurance, right? Flood insurance is $500 a year. Big whoop. But I cut that out. They told me I wasn't in a flood zone in Florida anymore. You're not in a flood zone, so you can cut it out. So I did. I cut it out. But I started off at 4. So my mortgage, when I first moved into the house, and things go up and down because of taxes, valuation of the property, then your taxes go up, your homeowner's insurance goes up. So when I first moved into the house 20 years ago, my mortgage payment with insurance and taxes and all that, principal, interest, and then taxes and insurance was $1,800 a month. Now my mortgage payment's almost $2,400 a month. So it's gone up. It's gone up. And my salary hasn't really gone up that in the last couple of years. I kind of, I told you when I first got out of school, I was making $25 an hour, and now I've gone up to about $45 an hour. But I've been stuck at that. I've been stuck at that number, because what happens is I treat a lot of elderly patients who are on Medicare, Medicaid, and over the years they've cut reimbursement, so people's profit margins have gone down. If you work with the elderly and you're getting payments from Medicare, it's gone down. Your reimbursement's gone down. So when reimbursement goes down, the companies you work for don't want to pay you as much, right? So that's been a problem. And then private insurances, they don't want to pay anything. Well, listen, I think I'm becoming redundant. I keep talking, going over and over. But anyone who watches the video, comment below, tell me what you think. And if anything happens tonight or tomorrow. Tonight, I'll be on tomorrow, and we'll talk about it. Y'all have a good day.